Hi, my name is Corinne, and this is my daughter Sophie, and she is 8 years old. We first started coming to Dr. January in 2013 when Sophie was only 5 years old. She and her father had been in a very bad car accident where a large truck ran a red light and T-boned their small car on the passenger side that Sophie was sitting on. It missed hitting her completely by about a foot. She started having neck pain. The car accident was on a Friday and she started having neck pain, so we took her to her pediatrician and he diagnosed her with whiplash neck strain. I can't remember the exact diagnosis, and he actually told us I could put her on medicine or you can go to a chiropractor. Just please make sure that you go to one that specializes in children. My husband, who also was in the car accident, he works right up the street, and so when I told him what the pediatrician said, he said, hey, Dr. January is right down the street, why don't you look him up? So I just happened to get on his website and saw that he does do a lot of work with children, and I called and spoke with him, and he said to bring her in. So we came in same day. When he did her initial x-rays, even though we were there for the car accident, he started asking me questions of things that I hadn't disclosed to him yet. He asked me, does Sophie still suffer from bedwetting? Does Sophie have asthma? Does she have mood swings, high highs and low lows? Does she have problems sleeping? And the answer to all of those was yes. Sophie averaged, we look back at insurance claims before we came, with all of Sophie's medical issues, we averaged about 24 to 30 doctor's visits a year for Sophie for numerous things. She just seemed to get sick really, really easy, and when she did get sick, it would be pretty extreme. So Dr. January treated us for the car accident, and treated Sophie for the car accident, and during that time we started seeing improvement on other things. Her mood swings improved tremendously. Her asthma was great, and no more bedwetting, and she started sleeping through the night. And our treatment for the car accident was done in March of 2014. So we said, great, we're done. And we didn't come back because I thought that was that. About 7 or 8 months later, everything had kind of come back full force in regards to her asthma and her mood swings. Sophie's asthma was severe enough that she actually was hospitalized in the pediatric intensive care unit for a collapsed lung from a severe asthma attack that she had had. We had gone to her pediatrician before for a severe asthma attack, and he had to call 911 and have her taken by ambulance to Children's Hospital. So she had very, very severe asthma. So at that point during the interim, when we weren't coming anymore, Sophie was on breathing treatments of 2 different medicines twice a day, as well as an inhalable steroid twice a day, and then her rescue inhaler was kept with her at all times as well. We started to see a huge decline in her moods. The high highs and the low lows came back quite a bit, and then also during that time she started complaining of severe stomach pain, to which our pediatrician had referred us to both a pediatric GI specialist. When we also realized that she was having recurring kidney infections, they referred us also to a pediatric urologist. So about that time, my husband and I started talking. We were at our wits' end. We wanted to get her help. She didn't feel good. She's little, and we just wanted her to feel good. So we started talking about, you remember, she actually felt good when we went to Dr. January. And we both thought we were crazy, but we thought, we'll give anything a try at this point. So I called Dr. January one morning that I had actually kept her home from school, and I think I was in tears at that point, and he said, bring her up immediately. And we brought her in, and I remember her mood that morning. She was actually crying because of one of her mood swings. Inconsolable crying. We couldn't figure out what was wrong. We couldn't make it better, and it was just one of her mood swings. And when we walked out of the appointment, she was skipping and laughing and joking and right back to her usual self. During that time frame, her asthma again improved. We are off of the nebulizer treatments. We maybe get the nebulizer out once every 3 months now, where it actually used to be part of our living room decor, and now we just get it out about once every 3 months. She only really needs to use the rescue inhaler when certain allergens are high. She's no longer on the prescription steroid twice a day. Her moods have improved tremendously. As far as the stomach pain, the pediatric GI and the urologist did an ultrasound and realized that Sophie constipated isn't really the right word, but there was and blockage isn't the right word, but there was quite a bit of bowel movement. So they actually put her on laxatives, very strong laxatives, and nothing worked. And we were up to about our third time with it. And so I brought her into Dr. January, and I said, hey, by the way, this is what we found out when we went to the GI doctor and the urologist, and they went her on laxatives. And he said, just give me 2 weeks. Just give me 2 weeks of adjustments with her. And again, we had tried the laxative 3 times and gone back each time for an ultrasound and no improvement whatsoever. I believe it was 2 adjustments that he did on her, and we took her back and she was completely clear. So we no longer had to do the laxatives either. So we now come see Dr. January about once a week for Sophie, or as needed. Like I said earlier, we were up to about 24 to 30 visits a year on average with her, and before today I checked, and year to date for the past 8, almost 9 months, she's had 5 doctor's visits for the year. So we've seen a tremendous improvement in her health.
That's amazing.